खुदा भी जब तुम्हें मेरे पास देख.
Congratulations on 25 years.
Wow, thank you so much.
25 years. How are you feeling about that?
Feels amazing, you know, and how time flies.
Yeah.
I still remember when I started, and I was working on my first album with my band called Silk Route.
Yes.
And 98, you know, our first album got released, and now it's, you know, 25 years later. And I just want to thank everyone out there who've been listening to me, who've been blessing me, you know, who've been giving my music a whole lot of love. So thank you so much for everyone, you know.
I think let's take it back. Let's take it back to when you first started out. Tell us a little bit about how music happened to you.
Well, I don't know. Music happened to me since I was really small. I think it just was a gift, you know, that was given to me by the divine. I did not learn any music. I studied science in college. I did BSc. My schooling college was BSc, and then I did my masters in science in a subject called geology. And but music was always there, you know. And during my later years of college, I also started doing a whole lot of theatre. So I was doing a whole lot of acting, and so arts was my scene, you know. I also used to paint a little, sketch. I still love doing pencil sketches. So my soul was inclined, you know, even though I was studying science, and towards arts. And so at one point of time, after, you know, I got a little pressure from my parents, you know, that you finish your studies now, you know, what you going to do now. And I was trekking up and down the hills, you know. I love the mountains.
Mountain life, isn't it?
I love the outdoors, you know.
Yeah.
So then my parents said, you know, you got to do something. So I took a bus and came down to Delhi, to a big city, to try my luck, you know. And a lot of people ask me that why didn't I come to Bombay straight, you know. I could have started on it.
Yeah.
But I came to Delhi and I hung out in Delhi for a few months. I met a few friends, and somehow, you know, somebody suggested that why don't you make some jingles for, you know, products, and, you know, like you have jingles for things on TV commercials.
Yeah.
So in fact, when I came here, Sunrise Studio came to my head, because my first jingles that I made were for Sunrise Radio.
How amazing!
This was I think must have been 93 or 94, you know. So at least 4-5 years before my album came out.
Yeah.
So my jingles got me my first paycheck, and then more work happened. And during that time, I was composing my songs, my original stuff, you know. And then because of my jingles, because it was music, I met a whole lot of musicians in Delhi.
Yeah.
Became friends with a few of them. We formed a band, and then our first album came out in 98. So that's how it all happened.
That is absolutely incredible, and here you are
Yeah.
today. I mean, I think, Mohit, you must have seen a lot of changes in the music industry over the years.
Yes.
How does one sustain themselves in we're 2024 now?
Right.
How do you sustain yourself over the years?
I think one thing that carries you through is the passion for what you do, and how much time you spend on it. And there's some amount of luck that also comes into play. But I think apart from that, it's also how you do your things, how you make a mark of it, you know, so that people remember you. Whether it's your style of singing, your style of music, your originality, basically, you know. And you're not following anybody else, you're making your own path. So I think that's really important for an artist to sustain for a long time, so that you have your own little thing, you know, and whenever people think about that, they come to you.
Yeah.
And nobody can replace you, because you are you.
There's one that I don't know, I feel like that's a very underrated song, Khuda Bhi, from Ek Paheli. Oh my god, just that.
Khuda Bhi,
Yeah.
Jab Ye Puchta
Oh,
Hoga.
the lyrics of that song.
Yeah,
are
it's
just-
very passionate kind of
Yeah,
song.
yeah. It is 1:31 on Sunrise. Anushka, Arora here in conversation with the absolute wonderful Mohit Chauhan in the studio. Mohit, I just played Tumse Hi from Jab We Met, and you were saying you have a little story behind that song. So tell me how that song actually came about for you.
Okay, the story is that, those days, every couple of months, you know, I would do a whole lot of songs in Bombay.
Yeah.
And then rush up to the hills to hang out in the outdoors, you know. With my acoustic guitar and with some friends. And at one point of time, I started getting calls from Preetham Dada, the music director of this song.
Yep.
And I think he kept calling me for a few months, I think 3-4 months, 3 months maybe. Every 2-3 days or 5 days he would call me and I would never pick up the call.
Busy
Very busy. I was busy in the hills, lighting a fire, playing my guitar, looking at the stars.
That actually sounds like heaven.
Pitching my tent.
That sounds lovely.
So for 2-3 months, and then one fine day I came back to Delhi. Then was about to go to Bombay when I got a call from Imtiaz Ali, the director of the film. He said, "Hey, what's happening and where have you been? We've been really, really trying to get in touch with you." So I said, "Oh, I don't know. I was in the hills and I'm really sorry, but what's it all about?" So he said, "Oh, we got a song and for this film that I'm making called Jab We Met, and please come to Bombay and record the song for us." So even today, Preetham Dada laughs about it. But I was so lucky that they waited for me for like 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Because Bombay is a very, very competitive place, and nobody really waits for anyone. And I was lucky that even today, people love this song so much.
We do. Let's talk about some of the other stuff you do. You are actually a cultural envoy of Mongolia to India.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
I had gone to Mongolia on an invitation by the Mongolian government for a cultural convention over there. And over there I met, people from the government, hired up people, and also many artists I met. And and I also was collaborating with some Mongolian musicians. So somehow the Sarkar of Mongolia decided that, I could represent Mongolian culture in India, to promote cultural connection between two civilizations. And it's also, I think, the 61st year of India and Mongolian friendship,
Wow.
And we have a great connection also through Buddhism. And Mongolian people have a huge amount of respect for our land, and that's where Gautam Buddha, the Lord Gautam Buddha, was born and everything. So there's a whole lot of love and affection. A lot of students come from Mongolia to India. From India, a lot of people go to Mongolia. So I, have been collaborating with Mongolian musicians. They have great tradition over there of music. Their folk music is really beautiful, And also, going to Mongolia is really amazing. Mongolia is something that is on a bucket list of people.
Yeah.
It's a very mysterious kind of a place, where not many people have visited. So, if anyone's interested, you guys should go to Mongolia. It's a beautiful thing. And one thing I really love about Mongolia is outside the city, it's open land. The steppe, and rolling grasslands for hundreds of miles, and the only thing you'll see is a really open sky, like a bowl of sky on top of you, and you have wild horses and camels, running around on these grasslands.
So beautiful.
It's an amazing place. It's an amazing
beautiful.
place.
You spend a lot of time feeding stray animals as well.
Yes.
Tell me how you got doing that.
Okay, that started in COVID times.
Okay.
Everything was shut. No one was allowed outside. Streets were empty. Everything was empty. So where I live in Delhi, close to my place, there's a huge sort of a forest, city forest, and there were about 350 or 400 dogs over there, and other animals living. So one point of time, and dogs, especially living on the street, is difficult because they don't really hunt, and they are dependent on humans for food. They're very friendly, and dogs have been living in close proximity to humans for the past 25,000 years now, so really close to humans. So some people came and told us that, there were so many dogs living over there, it's difficult for them. So we started, me and my wife and other family members, her sisters, we formed a team and we started going and feeding those dogs over there every day. And once COVID was lifted, then we had a team, like a lot of people from my staff. So there's food that comes in, we go and feed them every day. Even today they must have been fed.
Aww.
And I also take care of their neutering, their medical, and I had one Labrador dog at home, a beautiful doggy called Ginger, and we really, really love her. And but now we have about 70 dogs at home.
Wow.
And all of them are stray dogs, or community dogs that I call them. And they were like small pups who went to the doctor for an injection, for some treatment, and the doctor said don't leave them in the jungle right now because you know they won't be able to survive. So he kept them in the house, and then he fall in love with them, and then they never go back. You know?
Wow.
So from one, I have like 17 doggies
That
at
is
home.
amazing.
Yeah, living in 2-3 houses, and I would also like to, I mean, each one is different, but I would love if people out there show compassion to animals, especially living on the street, because we are humans. We have a whole lot of stuff happening for us, but the animals, can't really do a whole lot. And with so many people, so many cars, so many houses, so many buildings, civilization is just expanding. They need, place and comfort, so we can give it to them. So please be compassionate, to humans as well as animals, and that's, according to me, is good karma.
Yes.
And good karma always comes in handy.
Always.
I believe that. I believe that if you do good karma, one day if you get into trouble, health-wise or anything, your good karma will come and soften the blow for you.
Yes, absolutely.
It does happen. I really believe in it.
A very exciting question is, can you tell us about anything new that you're working on that we can hear from you over the next few weeks, months, years, days?
Okay, so I'm working on my second solo album now.
Oh, lovely.
And, I'm going to start releasing my songs, I think probably another 10 days or something. My first song is going to be out. And I'm also collaborating with, artists from Mongolia, somebody from some other countries also. So looking forward to a whole lot of exciting stuff. And apart from some movie songs that I'm singing and composing, a couple of my very, very beautiful songs are going to be coming out, which I've sung in Tamil.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow.
a lot of stuff to look forward to. And I'm also looking forward to recording some stuff in London.
Yes, that'd be great.
Go into a studio and strum my guitar and sing a song.
Oh my god, I'd love to be there for that. I would love to watch that in action, I really would. Mohit, now before you go, just a quick message for everyone that's listening to you today on Sunrise Radio. A little message for them perhaps?
We'd just like to say maybe, peace and love. Just be peaceful, just be calm, just be loving, just be compassionate. And smile and make everyone around you smile. No need to hurry, no need to worry.
And before you go, there's no way I'm going to let you walk out of this studio without singing a few lines of any song that you would like to sing for our lovely listeners today.
Okay, so I'll sing 2 lines of a song. That's from my last album, Fitur album. So this song is inspired by the mountains, O maaye ni meriye shimle di rahein chamba kitni दूर O shimle ni vasna kasali ni vasna shimle ni vasna kasali ni vasna चंबे जाना जरूर है माए मेरी है शिमले दी राहें चंबा कितनी दूर.
Oh my goodness, your voice is just something else, Mohit. Thank you so much for coming into the studio today. Thank you so much for giving us your time, your voice. And we really look forward to seeing and hearing everything that you have for us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me part of your show.
Thank you so much. Leaving you with one of my absolute favourite songs of yours. Ek Paheli Leela, it is Khuda Bhi on Sunrise.